Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sogdian Saga. And, yeah, it's been a while, at least for me, because I took a little bit of a break as far as recording dates is concerned versus release dates of you people seeing this right now. Let's just say I took a week off since the last episode I produced, which was episode 39, which was The Rise of Saoshyant. Which I came up with that title as a reference to the Rise of Skywalker, the Star Wars film. And, yeah, the Saoshyant I've mentioned, that means yes, in case if this is your first time watching it somehow, episode 40. This is Shahanshah Zartosht, the Saoshyant of the Persian Empire. Zartosht, Zoroastrian Khaganates, depending on your pronunciations of that particular name. Yes, he is the Saoshyant of the Persian Empire, even though he's a Sogdian, not a Persian. But again, this is the Sogdian Saga. It's about the Sogdian dynasty and the people. Even though clearly there are more Persians than there are Sogdians, even though there are a bit of the Sogdian presence out west, but that's a whole other story. You know, Saoshyant, which means Savior of the World. And he wears this new crown, which is here somewhere in this big pile of... There you are. So that's the crown that he currently wears ever since he became Saoshyant today, November 21st. Now, that means all vassals respect me more, and combined with all these bloodlines, including of the Parthian, Sasanian bloodline, so Mazdans, Iranians, with the combination of those, people would respect me a bit more, especially those Persians here. That's for increased further Iranian and Persian opinion. And let's not forget the great rulers of our dynasties past, such as the founder, at least if you believe that way, Roxana, Championblood, and the great warrior in Vishtasp the Cruel, and the golden blood of Darius the Lionheart, who brought about the golden age for Sogdia. And then it is I, Zartosht, the Saoshyant, Savior of the world and holy icon to the Zoroastrian belief, which further increases temple vassal opinion, particularly the Herbads and the Mobads of the Zoroastrian faith, and even more damage against religious enemies, as in, if I was out in the front line with my troops, if we fight against Catholics, Orthodox, Muslims, Hindus, Taoists, pagans of any kind, they will be brutally beaten in battle. And imagine if I were to have a lot of sons, and those sons would have a military education, and further encouraged if they were members of the Immortals Holy Order, which I'll show in a moment, and let's just say a father, his sons, and later daughters, if they become, well, that's what the law would have to be for another couple of generations' time. They would become unstoppable in not only combat skill, but also this damage against religious enemies. But however, I am the only one. I'm the only living member of this new bloodline that's just been formed today on a previous episode, and I have the Saoshyant trait, and once I have more children, they will pick up the Saoshyant descendant trait, which will have a less of a bonus than this one. But it does definitely help me that as a member of the Immortals, as I'm a Dehqan, and soon I'll become Aswar, possibly later, Zhayedan, probably in another episode's time, I have so much fervor. And due to being a Saoshyant, along with the other good traits and high martial skill, huge gain! And I'm currently on a theology focus, so in about until April 4th, I will switch to family since I have no children nor siblings. I mean, I do, but they're all married off to other places. And this is my niece wife, Parvin. Who is very immense, sturdy, cynical, trusting. She likes me well enough, which I hope will have children soon. despite the fact that I follow this patronage of Emeritat, immortality, which I'm a very healthy person. And it does lower the fertility a bit. That's what I'm trying to increase it for in a few months' time. There's only lowered factions now. Matter of fact, ever since I became a Saoshyant, do vassals respect me more nowadays? Yes. Especially once I become more virtuous. Oh, and don't mind this whole kinslaying thing. That happened to Vankaway, the handsome. Yeah, burned at the stake. Because, well, things. Alright, let's get this show over with. You may remember the last time we left you on that previous episode, I gave out a pretty emotional speech. Very emotional. Because, well, let's just say that it was very encouraging and hopefully inspired by other people, regardless of where you're from and what faith you belong to. Oh, and he just got a nickname right now, the Depraved. I saw that. Depraved one each. Heir to the Shadow. Alright. All we have to worry about is vassal inheritances. Heir to tribe. Sogdian tribe. That's over yonder. Yeah, what's left of the Arabian Empire? Ah, the Sunni Caliph, right? Oh, no, sorry. That's not him. Caliph Abdul Wahab. He's out there somewhere. Yeah, he's the bad Shah of the Arabian Empire and Kanem Bornu. So now he's resorted to living in... Well, his empire's just divided into pieces. Where is his Caliph? Also, I should be spending money. Especially with more levy reinforcements. And of course, we're going to increase the cavalry size in all provinces. Because we're going back to our old cavalry doctrine. Whew. What else? I got a lot of things in my mind. Look, at this point of this series now, we completed all the major goals that you can do as a Mazdan, Zoroastrian in particular. War room is finished. Didn't realize the amount of days. Then again, I have a couple of bonuses that could make these things build faster. We need more technology points. Because I would like to get up to tolerance, but we are more than halfway. No, you're less than halfway of trying to get there. But the cultural advances is so huge, the fact that I'm emperor, and me having high learning and good diplomacy. Well, I'm about to switch the family, so it further increases the diplomacy. Oh well. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. There is a Nestorian vassal of mine here in Sogdia. And the reason for that is just I want to bring the Sogdians back, much like I would like to one day, whatever would happen to them, that I would like to bring the Buddhists back here, just like at the very beginning of the series, where Christians used to live there, Buddhists there, Zoroastrian the rest of the way. Except for the Manichaeans and the Kurmaztas, which they're mostly gone. Well, Manichaeans still persist. I mean, now I become a Swa, which is the equivalent of Knight for the Western Holy Orders. Yes, this is a Holy Order, in case you're wondering what's the Immortals are for. As you can see, this is our Grand Master, who was originally Pecheneg, but started speaking Persian and becoming that culture, which is a requirement. Your contributions to the Order and your service to Ahura Mazda has been duly noted. I hereby grant you the honor of rising up in the ranks of the Immortals. The honor is mine. I was thinking about going on a warrior pilgrimage, but no, don't. You gotta have a family now. It's time to start having children. And I don't want concubines. It has to be through her. Why? She has another one of the Parthian blood, which my half-sister matrilineally married this man, which was through favor. And with that, and she's a descendant of that, and the only one at that, this is too precious to lose. Even though there are plenty of them out there, it's just, I need one for my Sogdian dynasty, and then there it is. I mean, if my children were to have that, that means we have two Parthian bloodlines, further increasing the combat skill and Iranian opinion. That's why it's matrilineal marriage. She has the same dynasty as mine, so there are advantages in being Zoroastrian, you know. That's all I gotta say about that, regarding close kin marriage and bloodlines. What's going on up there? Again with this. Oh. You better get up there fast. And I thought about sending you financial help. I mean, you got a couple of tribal holdings. No. It's these guys that have a bunch of tribal holdings. While these guys up there managed to free themselves through a Manichaean uprising, which we weren't there to stop it. Even though it would have been much easier to raise these guys and take them out. Oh, no. The Tokharians have better manpower over there, so I think it'd be much easier to put a stop to it. Come here! That's a Hindu philosophy. But hey, more diplomacy. More technology points for cultural. Oh, it's just 900, and they have mountains, but we outnumber them. I just want all the glory to myself. Let me demonstrate how the Persian Empire deals with heretics. As the Saoshyant. My first combat as Saoshyant. That'll even the odds a little. Yeah, too late for that. Even if I were to send them money, it'll be too little. Well, don't worry, there are more Catholic. Great, now there's a Catholic side of the Pecheneg tribe of theirs. I think it's more urgent than now than to try to Vladimir has been reduced, but... Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. Since we're not supposed to be expanding very much, but... You know what? Fabricate me the claims on Mochkava. That's Moscow to you people. If they don't convert, we're coming in through a claim. Unless we know a guy that doesn't become Teacher Kingdom with 4 months, get Vladimir. Okay, well, I teach them with Vladimir then. Sure, they're all pagans, but who's most qualified? That is a grown man. Appears to be none. They're all women. And the boys have yet to be grown up. That boy has cancer. This other boy's 14. None of those two are betrothed yet, right? Tell you what. I know y'all live over there, but it's just an idea of that we could try to get rid of those Christians up in Russia. Then replace them with Zoroastrians. Especially if we have to demand conversion to them. See what I mean? Stuff like that. My philosophical tutor. Try Vladimir. They used to be Zoroastrian for a time. Or was it some other ruler? I can't remember. I think it was... Ah yes, the Armenian. Who's getting sick, though. Let's be close friends. A fellow member of the Zoroastrian faith is under attack by infidels. The order is unfortunately occupied elsewhere and to offer assistance. I request you assisting help in Khan Bago in any way possibly can. From this clan? Who are you up against? Conquest. You got it. I was in the mood for war anyhow. But look at you. That ain't good. We're coming to help you. And your enemy is... Let me see. He's a Khagan who's pretty occupied at the moment, but no doubt we can handle it. Not to mention there's other territories he's being contended with. It's a Kavuksin conquest, not a defense. I was about to say, where's the objective? Oh, up there. Just not yet taken. Where's the retinue? New task. I see that you took heed of my request and helped in the conflict of our fellow believer. I only hope it will not put too big of a burden on your own territories, but know that such help will also come your way if need be. It's my pleasure to help a fellow man. It's gonna take a while, but there are many enemies out there. I wouldn't worry too much. Hopefully. Unless they destroyed an Ord and took their capital of the Khan. Malvad's sent a large group of priests and armed guards to crush the heretics in Ungdet. I know you're my court physician, and you're the one who raised me. I mean, yeah, this province has been Manichaean for a long time now, and you decided to go on an ongoing inquisition. They didn't heed the call. Till then. I'll pay. I was thinking about becoming... Oh, wait a minute. I've already been content. Huh. I'm sure it'll be easy to arrest him. Sir, now give me your money. Might have been too harsh to the courtiers at the Samarkand, but Shah Mashad managed to calm down even likely more just by giving him half the day off. I'll pay you. Or whatnot. There, objective taken, but there's plenty of bad guys still out there. Now, prove my fighting skills a bit more. Continue with the military training. There's no need for holy commanders yet. That's their main army. Somewhat. The lingering looks, the small and almost inappropriate touches, the secret smiles of even someone other than his wife. The courtiers have enough fare. It's my duty to confront him. When Shah Mashad denied that he committed adultery, I was stunned. I've been so sure that what I've seen that it never occurred to me that I might be wrong. I apologized, and he accepted the apology with a frown. Well, he is lustful, and... I know what I saw! You sure? Let's see, who are our commanders again? Who's the organizer? I know who the Holy Warriors are. That's him, yeah. Next, let me take that spot. Even though I'm more of a defender and a mountain guy, but whatever works. Cancerous Craven. He'll likely surrender before I swing him down. Skolan, the duelist. We got him. That's why they call him the Bold. The brave and the bold. 100%. All too easy. Huh. I know what we're gonna do. Bingo! Should take off that rally point. 5,000 strong. You really did quite an improvement. Hey, this is a defensive battle. Get to your positions. I don't know about you. Yeah, all three of us with the defender trait. Yeah, I'm done swaying you for the time being. Since we're good now. So is Iraq. Just looking at people. No factions. Everything's in peace. Again, this is a bit of a mismatch, so auto balance. That's all I can offer? Liege levies of mares. Alright, this could be a problem. At least for that flank. During the battle, I catch a sight of a kind woman who looks like my friend Gulshan that she has struck down. Suddenly, I'm pushing soldiers out of the way, hurrying over to where I saw her fall. I know it's not Gulshan, but I cannot help myself. Well, you're in the Holy Order. You're supposed to be virtuous. We must remember to tend to our wounded, as I will become patient. Keep that well in mind. The more virtuous you are, the more fervor you gain. You know, having all these traits, including chaste and whatnot, some would say that I am a true immortal. Not as in immortality, but in an immortal warrior, but a Sogdian immortal. It's just like saying true Christian knight. And as a founder of my bloodline, I need to keep all these good traits, so that my descendants, when they look up to me, they will get one of those good traits. Build up the keep, to increase the garrison and levy size, because you know how we had those problems back then. Give it a moment. Get the holy warriors. Knights leader, the Shah of Persia is an immortal. Well, why don't you tell me that you're one of them? You're going to be very valuable to us. Ah, they took all the glory. Also, what the hell are you guys... Oh, rivalry war. You started a rivalry war with that man, did you? Yes. Now, it's kind of too bad that we cannot join you for that. Rivalries. Guess I'll start swaying you until we have ourselves a child, as you will be the Minister of Magazines. Let's just try to get to know each other a bit better, shall we? Well, meanwhile, we will fabricate the claim here, and then eventually there. And reasons? Expand Zoroastrian influence among the northern lands that is yet to be Zoroastrian. My goodness, they're huge. They're gonna have to be dealt with sometime. But we don't know what kind of war. We already beaten them in a religious liberation. The reason why this Zoroastrian Khaganate needs to get their act together if they want to be dealing with them. We would be very, very happy to support them. too far. This is going to be our enemy one day. For future conflicts. I knew there was a huge bear somewhere near the caves in Samarkand, and a courtier of mine insisted to come along when my men were hunting for the bear. Enough of your nagging, you can come along. Sas finds a bear. The beast was huge, bigger than any bear I've ever seen. I fought him bravely, but only managed to slay him after he wounded several of my men. But I managed to save him. Kashan the Corler. Now that's a comrade I would like to have. I've been spending more time with my wife Parvin lately. Though, of course, it did not marry for love. I can tell it's growing between us. Ah, matter of bliss, a fall in love. Alright, now we have a very good chance of impregnating now. I've had quite a day today. Now, let's hold the Just Festival for the first time in this reign. Oh, yeah, he's Nestorian. They're not invited. I don't know why Buddhists like to come here. I'm talking about those Tokharians out east. They come to the festival. I shall also go and gather camel thorn for the fire. Just plus one learning with the green fingers. And when we hold another one for the future, that'll be for the time of war. Let's celebrate the glory of Ormazd. Remember, keep an eye on both of them. They could be in danger one day. Doesn't help when we got a Catholic neighbor up there. Sure. I hardly recall that, honestly. What's the that's Kazmat, the mutilator. As you can see, all the vessels, look at the Shahs above you. Kazmate the Third included, so yeah, these Buddhists do come to the Gesture Festival, despite the fact it's for Zoroastrians, but for a Buddhist ruler like him, he's like, oh, a good place for having a good time. A contented lot. Wait for it. Get rid of these raiders pretty soon. Let's go. Of course the center would break because there's not that many troops here. My mother died. Cancer got the best of her. Well, you are a member of the Trade League, so you're definitely going to be the steward. Yeah, because we're spending it again. More cavalry is needed. Back to the way it was back in the olden days. When Sogdia was an underdog to the world. Well, this part of the world, anyways, in Central Asia. If this Inquisition you're doing, how's that going? How long's that going to last? Clearly you're failing at this. Now let's hold a grand tournament for once, even though a lot of people are going to be made for this. Oh, and ask spouse for assistance. Something I don't usually do. So, she must help improve my reputation. Remember, I'm Saoshyant. Those people must be known. of how important I am to the Persian Empire. What's going on up there? Tamat Dwarf for Bulgar. The county of Bulgar, or it's this area that they want. Can you handle it? Yes, they can. No need for our interference. No need to intervene. Oh, who's around? Because I just want to make sure they remain Zoroastrian. Diplomatic reform. My wife Parvin has accepted my order to help improve my diplomatic standing with others within and without my realm. She appears to be somewhat daunted by this order. However, it's not a small task I have placed on her after all. I have every confidence that Parvin will succeed with this task. Again, she's my wife and my limit. She'll like me a bit less for that, for requesting help, but that's the reason why I'm swaying her. Time to let the tournament begin. Take a drink. That's why you've been lost for words as like diplomatic fall power. Oh no. My wife has been meeting with foreign rulers and dignitaries in an effort to establish better relationships with them. Unfortunately, however, she's let slip an unsavory tidbit which has led to vicious rumors circulating about my misrule. Where is my competent wife? That's bad rumors for 5 years. And you're going to be seeing a lot of this. A lot of courtiers, rather than commanders, and some council members are getting hurt. And some are just different. Oh yeah, of course, he's an imbecile. Yeah, it's a lot of them. Let's just keep it up then. Each single passing day, someone gets hurt or maimed or killed. This is the deadliest tournament that the world has ever seen. Seems we've been kind of hard on everybody, huh? Even Shahanshah, who is my... I mean, he got hurt as well, but after all, he's a drunk. It's still going! Oh, okay, that's for teacher that they assigned me finally. What? You're Zoroastrian, but you're Mazdak? But you are imprisoned. Aha. That we can get rid of. I don't know what made him succumb to that heresy in that county that he lives in, but it ain't good. It's no good to nobody. Oh yes, you're the guy that refuses to preach among the pagans. Now that he's back. Yes, the foreigner made it the 3rd place. There's Balad, another one of my commanders. And the winner, and he's the Marshal of Kumal. Chinese strategist. Hey, why don't you come to court? No, because he's the Marshal. If he's a member on the council, then he cannot be... I'm thinking. Unless you kidnap him if you're one of those intriguing people. I become stubborn. What took you? It wasn't that long away from here to there. Oh, gee, a lot of things are going on down there. And what are you up to? Sana, so you're going to expand down to Yemen then? Against heretics. And I've become the trained fighter. Where am I now? I should compose a book while I'm at it. Choose a martial theme. And get me a child. What's taking you? By the age of 30, if I don't get something out of you, regardless if it's a son or daughter, I'm getting concubines once I turn 30. Let that be a ruling. Of course. After successfully stomping out the heresy in Urgench, the Inquisitors are returning home. Well, that's a surprise. I didn't know Zoroastrian Inquisitions really worked. The claim has been fabricated for a chiefdom, not high chiefdom, but chiefdom of Mochkava. Now go for the other county. I mean, how big is it for Mochkava? Just only these two, okay? That's all we want, just the whole chiefdom, and we will go to war for it. And put our position over there. Because reasons. And alright, the Silk Road money is coming back again. We just received word about a certain woman close to my lands. Dame Zhayedan. She's a dangerous cult member and she must be dealt with the most short delay. What do you mean, Dame? Versus Knight. Ah, I get it. Landed. And I was about to say, wait a minute. There's a castle for the Immortals that live up there? Really? This knight who's appointed to govern this Arg over there. And this is the dame of his who's a Pecheneg Manichaean. Oh, I'll get her soon, just let me have a think. Or someone else gets it done. But did you at least convert somebody to Zoroastrian in that area? Yes, one. But I could be wrong. Yes, it's very unfortunate now. Is that even a good idea? Apparently we do have contact with them, so we will send that missionary right away up there. if that chance fails. You're winning. Oh yes, I remember something. I knew there was something missing. You could say this is not much, but... Oh, good. She's pregnant. Oh, you know what? Wait for it. I got it. This may sound screwed up, but, I always imagined it would be first of us go, but now one morning of my departure, my dear friend. Never again I will hear Gulshan's jolly laugh or receive her wise counsel as if I lost a central part of myself. I feel so powerless. Inbred. Marriage, didn't you? Surprised she lived through adulthood. It's drinking her honor, even though I hardly know that woman very well. Borzorg. Just some Kurdish man. Let's be friends. Okay, now... She's pregnant, and it sounds really, really screwed up, but she's a heretic, therefore she must die. She'll be shown no mercy. And I'm going to hit it right where it is. This is just screwed up, man. Don't you think so? Fighting against a pregnant woman, but she's a heretic, and we're doing this for the Immortals. Heretics must die. Hit the center one more time. Hit the center again. My goodness. She's wounded, she's mangled, she's severely injured. Just die already! I missed that one. That's a hit. That's a hit. Okay, look. Wounded, mangled, severely injured. Bruised her torso many times, so was her head. She has a concussion. She's got a black eye. Why won't you die? And now she's yielded. My foe has yielded and tries to flee for her dear life like a coward she is. Her assets confiscated and her reputation is left in disarray. She's unlikely able to work from the shadow from secret society for a while. So, I can either just, well, she's going to die anyway, regardless if I were to let her go. After all that. Man, fighting against a pregnant woman, taking advantage of the lack of combat skill. That's just... But you can get more fervor, prestige, and piety if you just kill her outright. So, death to the wicked then. But, sorry about this, my fellow, knight, or Aswa, my fellow Aswar, but that woman must be eliminated. She was innocent, but yet they say she's a dangerous cultist. Okay, that's just putting it down. Now, let's get back to business at hand. But save a little bit of money to try to, fabricate the claim of this other county, then we'll go to war for them. Get yourselves in the position. Because we don't need the entire army over there. All we have to do is just send our horde to Moscow, and we will control it. And it'll be a new center to spread Zoroastrianism into other places. Because these areas are becoming increasingly Christian, and I've become increasingly worried about it. Alright. This is why I married someone like that. Oh, hell. You know, I also thought about how, I don't know, not exactly expanding to other places, but I thought about making tributary states to smaller countries. Like, say, you know, the Adjuda Kingdom. You know, these guys, I would like to make a tributary state out of them. Which, I don't know, well, no, they're not the strongest of the North Indian kingdoms, but they're most certainly more interesting. You know, just gotta, you know, have something for me to fight against. Plus, we mostly control most of the Indus. And if I wanted to expand somewhere, it would be the Indus. Just small county and whatnot. Hell, we even control Kutch. Well, at least you've tried. I don't know about you, if you're even qualified. Let me see, based on the traits of these people. Damasp, I want you to use your kindness to try to spread the faith up there. And maybe we could try Vladimir again one day. That's the reason why we're further encouraging the spread of Zoroastrianism in other areas. This is our best shot, you know? Yes, I know you. The infidels not sleeping neither shall we. Speaking of which, there's some infidels out there we must fight. Oh, no. No, you don't. Got him where we want him. Oh, yeah. We were thinking about assassinating him. Well, thinking about it, but plots revealed, no reason to do it now. Let's go in after him. More fervor. Though it seems at least these pagans are being cooperative. It's like, alright, let him in, let him see what he speaks, and then they just can't seem to get through their thick skulls. Why the hell not? Hey, wait a minute. I could see the attacking part, but who's attacking you? Angry tribal. Well, friend, let's stop him. On your way. We lost our organizer. He was one of our good men. But the Grand Master of the Immortals, who's cavalry leader and knows how to fight in winter, you're going up there. And take those two with you. is he? You got a long way to go, right? You know how big the steps are. Ah, yes, Shah Sassan. Oh, he wasn't Shah, but you know what I mean. He was the founder of that bloodline, but I don't want to become more slothful. Make my own fate. I'm Saoshyant. I'm trying to be a good role model if people were to look up to me in the future. This is getting ridiculous. Why haven't I not impregnated her yet? Maybe it's because of her cynicism. But it was truly an honor to have you here for a while. Once we get up to 4,000, start spending again. We'll deal with the mannequins and then we'll fight against those guys. I'm just only doing things in the service of the Immortals. And once I reach the top rank, then perhaps that I will start going on a warrior pilgrimage. If I have a child, regardless if it's a son or daughter, it has to be done. But remember, once I turn 30 in 5 years' time, I'm going to start getting me some concubines. Because I had it up to here. I'm pointing at my own head. Reading sheer scripture and giving praise to Angra Mainyu. Well, at least you're not kin. You're getting burned. Heading this way. I conquer that area. Done and done. You know, he was an expansionist, but he never really expanded his realm to anywhere, has he? No. But he likes eunuchs, but doesn't like Indo-Aryan culture, so watch out, India. And another reason why I've been inactive as of late is trying to get this threat level lowered down. In case if we have to do a holy war or something. China still threatens you. Hindustani Tingling. Oh boy. Boy, we like fighting against raiders. Oh, and do not forget the money. And when is this dang thing finished? These are all siege defenses mainly, and hardly anyone comes in to steal my artifacts. Actually, just continue to wait it out. Oh, that's a thing I have not really spent on yet. Search the domain for resources. How could you forget about this? How could you forget? And that's in Alamut. Persia will deal with that, I think. Or does that belong to Dehqan? It belongs to Dehqan. Just hope that Dehqan might deal with that. If not, then we got problems. They're coming to assist us. Diplomatic reform. Culture. My spouse approaches me with an interesting compilation of customs from foreign cultures. Some of them look rather grandiose and could be introduced to my courtly rituals. Excellent! Glad we're making strides in such advances. Oh, they got the manpower to deal with that. Okay, till July. Start spinning again. We have over 10,000 grace. Which means if we want to, we can... Well, they have to be at peace first to request an invasion against whoever. Especially if it's a Byzantine Empire, but we can deal with the Byzantines. Well, we could deal with just about anybody. Now I will rank up to Zhayedan. And apparently I'm heir to being Grand Master, but that's only if I didn't have any landed titles. So that's impossible. That's for AI only. Oh, hell, I forgot about you guys. I thought you were going to handle this war well, but it doesn't look it. So, let's get up there and deal with them. Actually, change my mind. I don't care who leads what. I don't want to be as commander. Because of this. Finally, impregnated my wife at the age of 26. And I do not care if it's a son or daughter. Keep burning people who are members of a secret Shia society. They're still around. And I don't like it. I'm a very healthy person, so maybe I should. Yikes. Stewart wants to hire ruffians to bully the peasants who are not paying their taxes. It's very prosperous, so it's fine. Anyway, it's good as long as the money is entering the treasury. Yes, my religious head is still the court physician. It had me carry around a bone of a chicken tied to a small pouch around my neck. It wards off bad spirits. He's not a lunatic, but he's a scholar. He knows things. Do not doubt his ability to think of which treatment is right or not. Never doubt it. Get that through your thick skulls, everybody. Which is almost becoming of a normal thing amongst Zartosht. And it is to tell everybody in his realm to get it through their heads. And if they don't get the message, then everything goes topsy-turvy. Because that's how the world works. Well, military exploits are sure to impress her. You know, since she's of a diplomatic education. Guess you get to be the Chancellor. Or Astabat. As I'm getting sicker and sicker. 100%. She's definitely impressed. Now get back down here. Now what in the... Oh shoot, they've gone for orthodoxy. Byzantine influence, no doubt. Holy war. Catholics. You're going far. Where's your enemy? That's him. Luckily, it's near to where we're trying to fabricate the claims of. I was about to say, what sickness am I getting? But it's the flu. Don't worry about it. As long as you know what you're doing. I feel better. Gee, your horses are moving faster than mine. But then again, you got a head start of things. Tabiristan cannot handle it. Where's the Dalamite army? They're on their way. It's pretty rare we get peasant revolts in the Persian Empire. Must be shrewd diplomacy is what commences. No need for new clothes, dear. Oh, they got this in the bag. Maybe we ought to turn them around. In the limits of philosophy, it is necessary for someone to prove all sides in an argument before they choose where they stand. This has given me a great respect for the opinions of others. Listening is half the conversation. I'm already humble, but I've picked up gregarious. That Hindu philosophy worked out well. And Petra has been restored to its former glory. That's something I should be spending on. Petra. It's down here in the county of Man, which has no features. Well, let's add something. I do have private conversation, but I don't have execute or intimidation. But I recall there is another wonder we have. Down in Mecca, which I don't think it's available to us because we're not Muslims. Yeah, it's inactive. But all these features are completed. Matter of fact, they predate us. So there's no reason to have that active, because we're not Muslims. Here in Petra, however, since it's an underground city, we can make some interesting things. Let's have a torture chamber, because we can be used to execute prisoners and enables intimidation attempts. And another place to have private conversations with. Whereas in my garden, it's still under construction for another stage. Tengri is still in power, instead of the orthodoxy. Sure. I have a son who is also a genius, and Saoshyant descent. So it's the descendant of the Saoshyant, who is the savior of the world according to the Zoroastrian belief. So, descendants of the Saoshyant, the only minor bonus they give is just increased Mazdan opinion. Not to mention, this boy is also important that he has another of the Parthian bloodline. That's the most important. Further Iranian opinion and combat skill. And look at the starting combat skill. He's a genius. And all these bloodlines related to the Parthians, the Sicinian, Champion, and Vishtasp. But you named my son Darius, named after my father. I appreciate that gesture, but there's another name I thought of recently. I'm going to spell it out for you, because to my right, no, to your left, Lord Master, I see a list of Sogdian male names that I have in a file on my different computer monitor. This was for just in case that time were to come. And if he happened to be born genius. And I know what name I'm going to give him. And this is a tribute to the Saoshyant dynasty. Let's see how this spells. Did I spell it right? Yes. His name shall be Ardashir, who was the founder of the Saoshyant Empire. Not the dynasty, but the empire. He was the first Shahanshah, King of Kings, of the old empire. You know, the old Persian Empire. Hell, it's listed here in its history, you could see. And yes, they go way back to the Arsid dynasty, the Parthian dynasty. So yes, we have Ardashir the First. Ardashir the First. There was already the second. And there was the third. And I guess coming soon, Ardashir the Fourth of the Persian Empire. But it would be Ardashir the First to us Sogdians. Yeah, that's from that old house in which there was Mithran, which they've gone out. Left no descents, unfortunately, from the old Sheikh of Balkh, which he had children, but the descendants no longer exist. It's rather unfortunate, though. There were another of the Parthian blood, but it's impossible to get them now. They're extinct. You see, Zartosht, that's why you are the chosen one to become Saoshyant. The Parthians and the Saoshyants are with you. And they are with my son, Ardashir, which I made him tribute. Despite being able to help me in my latest war, my friend Khaganates chose to ignore my plight. The war was a struggle, and any help could have helped me greatly. Don't count on my help then. Again, we're friends. We're just doing what we had to do. But I lost that trait that the Hindu philosophy gave me. What's going on? I don't think I could be at your assistance. Yes, I can. But let me see your enemy. You are 2,000 strong. Yes. And the revolt? Well, I'm glad that we were... I mean, this is just a Russian affair, right? Yes, it's just a claimant. This man is a member of the Champions of Perun. 2 old men. More cultural tech. So perhaps we will help out the Russians over there as well. Of course, it's a long way from home. Because when you're in friendly lines, you're good. But remember, this is the man that we helped him convert to Zoroastrian. He was one of the first, actually. And this is just his vassal. Same dynasty, though. Ah, brothers. I see. I see what's going on. Russian business. That's all I gotta say. Just chuckling a little. This is a Russian business that we Sogdians do not understand. But they are of a Zoroastrian faith, and I feel for them. But let's help the loyalist. On your way. Train a fellow member? Well, We just became friends, so therefore I will train you. You're virtuous enough, so let's teach you warfare and combat. And let's have a non-aggression pact, old friend. At least we're intervening in the foreign conflicts. I mean, at least there's some action in this episode. Oh, hell. The decisive battle's already taken place there. While meanwhile, we're trying to fabricate the claims for the whole of that chiefdom. But in actuality, titular kingdom, which will do nothing for us and down to poor health. Unfortunate of you. Lost another old friend. There's nothing I could do with him now. Oh no, they got it. They got it. Oh well, we're getting siege here. We got so much prisoners, they better start paying up. Some of which need to be banished. Regardless how much money you have, we're banishing you all. Make some room. Out. O-U-T. Out. Okay. Let's go up to this way. Just gotta know for reference of which one's enemy territory. There's too many people that are in that secret society, and the only get rid of the secret society is to try to kill as much of those members as you can. A piece of the House of Wisdom has fallen off, almost hitting a bystander in the head. Certain areas of the magnificent structures need to be in dire need of upkeep. Repairs will be started at once. Again, we could get more money through silk. Also, I did not know the Immortals have a presence over there in Russia too. And that flu took it an eternity and a half to recover. I gotta stop swaying her. I already got a child who is now very dear to us. Because our share will be another great one day. For him being a genius and everything. Alright, return. You got a long way home. If you ever get into holy wars, like, say, go up against Vladimir, I'll be glad to assist you. But, unfortunately, the man who converted to the Zoroastrian faith first died of an infected wound during this war. This Russian civil war. And now, the Yaroslava leads the Russian Zoroastrians. But, it's a bit dangerous, though, because there's pagans out there that would want to get rid of him. But there's still Zoroastrians about. So, we ought to get rid of him. We Sogdians now understand Russian business. just as when you think... I don't know, I'm trying to come up with words. We're gonna get you one day. This is gonna be easy peasy. Easy peasy. Oh! Those are big raiders. Got him. He's out of the way now. By the way, you run on Gavelkind, not elective Gavelkind. That's good. That means you're well on your way to, hopefully, feudalism. Oh, hell. They took it again. Just when we had our attention towards the Russian territory. These guys are getting too big for their own good. We'll fight against them one day, just not now, because that would take... What is this claim? County. Oh, that's just a county. Well, the better question is, any Zoroastrian claimants to here? Yes, there's one, but she's a woman. And women cannot run nomadic countries. There is a Hindu, oddly enough. And there's this man we can invite and try to convert him into Zoroastrian and then push his claim and then got him where we want. So we're taking the best possible options. And these two guys are in relatively good age. Yeah, marriage? No. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it. But again, it's like, yes, we can invite them easily because we're of the same religious group. Because I thought, oh, we'll give them payback by creating this. And no doubt all these Manichaean Khans are going to go ape for that. But mind you, it's a huge expansion of land. From one end to the world, nearly to the Cholcha Bay of the White Sea, right? Of the North Atlantic. Yeah, just being, geographical reference. Some Zoroastrians still persist, along with a few Tengri, but purely Manichaean. Hell, you're sitting on Manichaean territory. Hardly any Zoroastrians up there. I mean, there's plenty, but not so much now. Because of nomadic agitation. These guys are Zoroastrian. Okay, I think it is practical. I get it now. So if we can invite the guy, get him converted to Zoroastrian, and push his claim, kick that guy out of there so the Khaganates can be Zoroastrian. Of course, civil war would erupt, but we can help him get rid of these clans and replace them with more Zoroastrian clans. Because we want further increase in Zoroastrian influence up in the steppes, up in Kazakhstan, all the way up to Mongolia areas. These little kin, however, there is a Zoroastrian and a claimant too. And he's the only one. He's 46, he's stressed, he has wife and children, all Zoroastrian no doubt. So, come here. I guess we found a big conflict to go up against. Not to them, because, well... Oh, that's insignificant in terms of numbers of troops. That would be 5,000 of them versus more than 2,000, 3,000 in fact, of them. God dang it, you don't know your numbers right. We know what we mean. What the big prize is these guys. So yes, they may rule the Siberian wastes and Mongolia, and Kazakhstan, and into parts of northern Russia, into the lands of Perm. Then replacing them with a Zoroastrian, civil wars would erupt, and we will intervene and try to get rid of as much Manichaean clans as we can. So this is what's going to happen in the next episode, where it's time to start making moves. And just to get a little bit ahead of time, who's your successor, Valley? Wait a minute. He's the heir. Ah, it's even better. No need for drinks, but despite the vicious rumors, despite the things you hear about me, don't you worry. We'll end it at the beginning of next year. Alright? Just get these people over here. We have our Zoroastrian man here, and we have the heir, which, let me see. Now that you're here and you have a strong claimant, let me end this here for reference. Stop. We could push his claim, yes. But we can increase further opinion of him by many means. Many means. Easy for me to say. Look, most of this episode was just about ranking up on the Immortals, and I'm glad that I have a son, who is a newborn, relatively, which I could switch my family focus more towards, I don't know, war, or back to theology. I mean, who knows? Who knows? So, tune in for the next episode, because the steps are about to change, in a way, hopefully, for the better. For the betterment of the Zoroastrian faith, which is full moral authority now. And yet, those guys are still around. And you can't really deal with them. But that's their business. Much like we've interfered in Russian business. Which, do not worry, Russian Zoroastrians will persist. But now Zoroastrianism will now be spread once more. But by different means this time. Involving the steps, so they need to be on their way back as soon as possible, because the next episode it'll probably be as late as, I don't know, let me see, of the bonuses, the timing. Okay, later this fall, that's when the war will begin. It'll be later this fall. That's when we're going to implement it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this next episode could get interesting. At least, hopefully, as that threat level continues to go down. No need for expansion, but we can change the steps for the better. Hopefully, for the Zoroastrian faith to persist up in that region, as the Pechenegs try to struggle to keep their existence, because they don't want to be swallowed up by the Uyghurs. So we need to keep that faith alive. And we hope you people keep it alive for the next episode. Until then, so long for now.